Hello everybody, my name is CoverOpe, and I will be doing my very first Let's Play in honor of the new Rome 2 Total War game coming out next month. So I will be playing the original. I am going to start a brand new campaign. I am going to talk about all the game in depth. I'm going to talk about strategy, all that sort of stuff. I'm no pro at this game, but I do know my ins and outs. I've been playing this pretty much since it came out, so I was pretty young. I'm 18 now, so I was like 10. But yeah, so I'm just going to start this off here, and this is going to be my first episode, or the very beginning of my live stream. So at the Let's Play. So let's get going. This is obviously the main menu. You have several options: single player, continue campaign, which is only available after you start a campaign, multiplayer, load game, options, and quit. Options has video settings, audio settings, control settings, camera. Yeah. So basically all of this is just how you want everything to look, performance, the advanced options, this kind of stuff. I'm actually going to put it on quality, and it tends to go through a little loading screen. You'll see that a lot. Hold on. Okay, so we just put all that on high. I think my computer can handle that. Control settings, basically all pretty normal stuff that you'd imagine. Movement halt. I really don't worry about most of this. You don't really need to. So I usually don't worry about it, at least. Group selected, yeah, okay, that doesn't matter. Strategy menu, quick save, blah blah blah. Control S. Yeah, not that interesting. Miscellaneous, again, doesn't really matter. These are just a bunch of hotkeys that I'm never going to use. So, alright, go back. Camera settings. This just means basically in the battlefield how fast your camera is going to go back and forth. Restrict camera, I don't like that because then you can't see over the entire battlefield, which I think is really restricting, as it says restrict camera, and it actually makes it really hard. General camera basically makes it so you can only see from your general's point of view. That is basically like hardcore mode. I can't do that. So, alright. So obviously we're going to start a new game, single player. The prologue is basically a tutorial, and it's really simple. You go through some easy battles. You basically start Rome up. But we're going to go straight into the Imperial campaign. Usually, there are only 3 factions available: the Julii, the Brutii, and the Scipii. Each of these families, basically, they have the exact same units, but they all have different backgrounds, as you can see down here in the description. So I am going to play as the Scipii, which mainly are based in the bottom of Rome and in Sicily. Mainly, their biggest threats are Carthage, which is over here, Egypt over here, the Greeks, which are over here, but that's normally Brutii territory, so usually it's just in this area over to the Middle East. Brutii usually go through here and kind of expand up. The Julii take care of the frontier. So we're probably going to be going straight to Carthage here pretty quickly, and then probably west, and then maybe down a little bit, and then we'll see where the game is going. So I'm going to keep it all on medium difficulty. No advice, I don't need it. Arcade style battles, less realistic, more action oriented. I'm going to keep it realistic because that's how I like it. I manage all my settlements. If you disable that, it means the AI will automatically take care of some of your settlements. They'll recruit for you, they'll do your taxes. That doesn't help. You'd think it'd be helpful, but it's really not. They just screw stuff up all the time. Follow AI characters. That just means you see everything on the campaign map that you can see. You'll follow all of the enemy's movements, stuff like that. No battle time limit, literally just turns off the time limit. I like to keep that off, so let there be time limit, because sometimes the enemy can kind of turtle, and you kind of just have to sit there. So if there's a no battle time limit, they're forced to attack you at some point. Short campaign basically means you hold 15 provinces and destroy or outlast the following factions, being Carthage and Numidia. Carthage is over here and Numidia is about over here. We're going to do the long campaign, which is to become the supreme ruler of Rome and control 50 provinces. This is going to be a very long Let's Play series as well as my first one. So this could take very, very long. 50 provinces is a lot more than you think it is. And we have to take over Rome, which is obviously right there. And Rome usually has a very, very big army by the time that we have taken over most of the known world. So we're going to read through this real quick. The House of Scipii in 270 BC. The city of Rome had a violent foundation, one that mirrors much of the political and military infighting that happens between the great families of Rome. Romulus murdered Remus for jumping over the walls of the city and then named himself king and renamed the city in his own honor. The patrician families of Rome claimed descent from the adventurers, exiles, and warriors. Romulus recruited to help establish his city. The Scipii should be numbered among these ancient bloodlines. They are not perhaps of quite the first rank, although this in itself means that they are keen to prove themselves the equal of any other Romans. But they are certainly among the optimates, the aristocracy of the city, and have been for many generations. They are important people, used to the privileges of rank and the usages of power, both to further Rome's ambitions and that of their own family. They have also produced able politicians and generals. The two go hand in hand in Rome, as political success rarely comes without success on the battlefield. They are, however, unusual in a couple of respects for a Roman family of the old ways. Firstly, they are extravagantly wealthy. Wealth is one thing, and this always brings power with it, but their use of wealth has sometimes surprised more conservative Romans, and Romans are nothing if not conservative. The Scipii also have a taste for Greek learning and culture, again something that surprises and concerns the conservative elements. Nevertheless, despite these un-Roman ways, the Scipii have the political skills and military competence to make their family greatest in Rome, and possibly the rulers of the known world. They may only directly control a couple of provinces in Italy and Sicily, but their ambitions are boundless and realistic. Whew. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start this game up.
My family, the House of Scipii, are beloved of the gods. A proud boast, but true all the same. In return, we have served Rome, ruled well, led her armies to glory. It has cost us dearly, despite the love of the gods. Sometimes the hatred of men is stronger. Our dead lie in many graves, put there by Carthaginian swords and a few Greek ones. Even Roman blades have taken Scipii lives. That we do not forget or forgive. So, now our time has come. The spirits of the dead cry out for blood. I will lead our family in this undertaking. The gods will grant us vengeance. When Sicily is Roman, when Carthage is crushed, when the other Roman families are gone, when the world is mine, then I will stand before the gods and be worthy of their love, and worthy to rule Rome.
Basically, why I choose the the Scipii, it was the first choice that I had when I was younger too, is because I really like the color blue. That's really all it had to do with. The other colors are red and green, and I happen to like blue the most. So over time, though, I have grown fond of them and their position in the world, as you can see here in a couple seconds. First thing they want me to do, this is the Senate. They give you missions periodically through time, and usually they give you certain rewards. You don't have to do anything the Senate wants, but really it is advised, because if you don't, they'll start not liking you as much, and they'll start assassinating your generals, they'll just do bad things. And if you succeed, you'll be rewarded usually with units. They'll throw the games in your honor or get some money. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. As you can see, we are the little woofy blue flaggy thing here. So everything blue is usually ours, at least a dark blue. So we start off here with a couple of cities. This is Capua, which is our capital. This is Messana, which is just another town. As you can see, we have some generals in here. Quintus Scipio and Gaius Scipio. You are not going to remember all these names because there's a lot of them. This is Cornelius Scipio, and this is Julianus Scipio. There's going to be so many family members throughout this entire game that you're never going to remember them. If you can remember them, good for you. If you don't want to remember them, but you want to check up every once in a while, we have a thing over here, I'll get to this later, that says Show Family Tree. And now we can see our family tree, starting with our faction leader, who basically started the Scipii, or at least the family tree here. You can see all the little babies. You can see the parents, and these are, I guess, the grandparents. Right now, he's about 54. When they get to that age, they usually don't last very long. I think the longest I've ever had anyone live was like 74, which is really impressive for that time period. So he's a faction heir, which means when he dies, he takes over. Okay, so back to that little overview screen right here. This is the overview screen. This shows you basically everything you need to know. My capital city is Capua. My faction leader is Cornelius Scipio, which I showed you earlier. I have 12 family members, and right now I only have 2 regions controlled, being Messana and Capua. I have not won or lost any battles, as I haven't entered any yet. The victory condition is Imperator, which means become the supreme ruler of Rome and control at least 50 provinces. I have 284 years to do this. Every turn takes 6 months, so I have 568 turns or something like that. And that sounds like a lot, but you'll see it doesn't. It's not that much. It goes a lot faster than you think. Right here, I can tell the AI to auto-manage things for me. It can either auto-manage everything or just the taxes.